Former head of state, Dr. Olusegun Obasanjo, on the 15th of October 2019, revealed an open secret which leads to the core of the problems of Africa. What are the root causes of the problems of African countries from developing, especially Nigeria? What are the real problems? Because it's not about the surface area of corruption, these are outcomes. But what is the core? What is it that we will resolve, and then Nigeria will be a better place? I'd like you to listen to him as he reveals this as an experienced leader of Nigeria, whom we know that knows and understands. He has depth of knowledge. And I was really baffled. He actually nipped the whole thing on the bud. Listen to him, please.
I have chosen to talk about diversity, management of diversity in Africa generally, but in Nigeria in particular, because it is very relevant, especially when we talk about all the things happening in Nigeria, the Nigerian situation. What could be the core or the center piece, if you like, of the problems that we have? And when people ask me, what are your worst fears about Africa? I never hesitate to mention two issues: management or mismanagement of diversity, and management or mismanagement of population, particularly the youth bulge. The third one that is rearing its ugly head is credibility of elections and the effect of that on democracy and governance. Our emphasis today at this meeting is management of diversity, which has implications for the other two issues I've mentioned. I mean, if we are able to manage diversity successfully through good governance and good leadership, we will by extension manage population well, and electoral process is also likely to be well managed to give free, fair, credible, and generally acceptable election results. Diversity by itself is no problem. God is God of diversity and variety. Diversity is natural. It should be respected. It should be extolled. It should be celebrated. And it should be well managed. Diversity is beauty, and it should be cherished. It must not be destroyed by acts of omission or commission. Sameness is unnatural. It is man-made. It is monotonous, unbeautiful, boring, and not what the world or community should be. The nearest sameness created by God, as far as human beings are concerned, is identical twins. They have different fingerprints to prove and establish their differences and diversity. The problem is poor management or mismanagement of diversity due to ignorance, lack of knowledge and understanding, incompetence, bad governance, and very poor leadership. Let me expatiate on this. Some people are ignorant about the components or constituents of their nation. What we are ignorant of, you can neither appreciate nor handle well. Knowledge and understanding of diversity within a nation is of utmost importance. Incompetence, bad governance, and poor leadership lead to poor appreciation or non-appreciation at all of the importance of diversity. The breeding and upbringing of a leader also affect his attitude to diversity, his management and protection and sustenance of diversity. The problem, therefore, is not diversity per se. The problem is with those who have to manage diversity. And in managing it badly, dispute, agitation, disunity, division, conflict, violence, segregation, separation, and even secession rear their ugly heads. We have seen it in Ethiopia and Eritrea. We have seen it in Sudan and South Sudan. And no country in Africa is immune from it. Not even Somalia, that is homogeneously, ethnically, and religiously, but divided into clans. We must remind ourselves that all the three regions of Nigeria at independence, North, East, and West, have either planned or attempted secession without success so far. The attitude of leaders is most determinant. Some leaders show hatred, bigotry, phobia, favoritism, nepotism, intolerance, lack of democracy, lack of accommodation, no room for genuine dialogue, and they show personal insecurity. With all of these, or any of them, a leader cannot manage diversity successfully. And without successful management of diversity, we are doomed. What is the way forward? Leadership must be educated, knowledgeable, understanding, competent, and nationalistic. Governance must be making strenuous.
Okay, we hang it there. Without diversity management, he said, we are doomed. We are doomed without the management of our diversities. We will waste time for centuries upon centuries without resolving the development stride, political development, social and economic development strides in our country. We will not be able to achieve anything. Everything will go wrong, in the wrong direction, on the wrong lane, in as much as diversity mismanagement is not in order. And he profiled a solution, the education of the leaders. So that's the way forward. Who is to educate who? That's the question. Is President Olusegun Obasanjo coming to educate the leaders? Which leaders? Educate Tinubu? Educate who? The senators, the House of Rep members, or governors? I think that's out of the way. I'm definitely not sure that those ones are teachable at this point in time. They already know it all, presumably. We should now look into the youth, the leadership of tomorrow. The youth who are the leaders of tomorrow to train, because they are the people that can learn. They are the people who are teachable. They are hungry for the knowledge of how to lead. Therefore, we need a leader who can provide the resources required to educate the youth. That is the kind of leader we are looking for now. Anybody who wants to become president of Nigeria should consider the transitional program which favors the youth and therefore train them to continue with a better governance system and methodology, better approach to governance, not what's going on now. They may not have anything to teach us. The current leaders may not have anything to educate us on, but they can facilitate the resources required for us to gain the education to be able to lead Nigeria on the right path in the future. This is my concern. And this is what I believe should be the concern of every Nigerian youth. Because for so long, we have been trampled upon. We have been sidelined for so long. For so long, they have lied to us. We need to wake up and rise up. At least make a demand for them to prefer a solution. The solution to our problem, which is the education of the leaders of tomorrow. We need this education so that we can find a proper direction for Nigeria in the future. That is what we need now. The youth of Nigeria must rise up and make this demand from their leaders.